Hello everybody, my name is Graham Williamson. I'm the host of my show Dare to Dream on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I'm an international, third generation, evidential, intuitive, medium and psychic. The topic for today is what to do in a reading. As a medium, I've given countless readings to people, and everybody wants to tell me things. And I'm afraid that doesn't work for me. My purpose in life is to prove spirit are with you. So, the only way I can prove that is not have you tell me everything about them. This weekend I did an event, and each person said, my uncle died, or my partner died of this, and I said, whoa, stop. What? I don't want to know. If you've got a question, that's one thing. But to tell me who they are, how they died, when they died, defeats the object of having a reading, in my opinion. Because how can I then top that? I've seen many people who say, oh, well, I just want to tell you, I miss my husband. He's been gone for so long, a year and a half now, and all this, and he doesn't come to me. I can't feel him anymore. Well, I'm afraid there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them is grief, frustration, loss, lacking of the material aspect of the partnership, and all the other things to do with having a loved one that's passed away. I have to go to the moment in my life that meant a lot to me concerning my gifts. My mother passed away a couple of years after I got to America. And the evening before she was going to have a major operation, I phoned her up and talked to her. We had a 2-hour conversation. It's the most important 2-hour chat with my mother I've ever had on this side of the realm. We discussed a lot of stuff. She knew she was going to die from the operation she had to have, otherwise she'd have been in pain and on painkillers for the rest of her natural life. So she chose to have the operation with slim chance of it working, to be out of pain. And she said to me, I'll be out of pain one way or another. And when my mother had the operation at 9:30 in the morning UK time, I live in Florida. Around 4:30 in the morning, my wife was woken up with a funny smell in the room. And when I woke up, our time, around about 8:30, 9:30, she told me about it. And instantly I knew it was lilac. Because lilac, the scent of lilac, is synonymous with my grandmother, my grandfather, my Uncle George, my mum, and my family. We lived all together in one house, a place called Castle Donington, Leicestershire, England. And if you haven't smelt lilac naturally, I highly recommend it. It's so soothing. And the colour, you have crepe myrtle over in America, but it doesn't have the scent. It's got the flowers, and it's beautiful, but no scent. But the lilac in England does. So this scent, my wife smelt, I said, oh, that's lilac. She said, yeah, that was it. How did you know? Because that was my mother's favourite flower, tree. I didn't tell my wife what was going to happen. She knew about the operation, that's all she knew, so afterwards. And it amazes me that when you know somebody that you love is passing away, I don't understand in one way, because being a medium all my life, I know that if they're going to pass, I hope it's pain-free. And I hope it's quick. And I don't want them to suffer. That's it. Because God decides when we go. Or Spirit, or the Divine Light, whatever you wish to call, what I call God. Because we are here for a limited time. We are here to do the best we can with our lives. And when you find a partnership with a loved one that lasts a moment to a lifetime, make the most of those moments. Because when they do pass, you are going to feel all the symptoms of grief. It's understandable. But when you go for a reading to find out why you can't feel them, it's because your mind is so full of turmoil and your heart is aching so much from the pain of loss. That's all you feel, all you can see in your mind. Your loved one's gone. Every time you think of them, it's painful. But let me give you a little bit of advice and comfort. Each time you're thinking of them, it's because they are triggering those memories of you with them. And the fact that you feel so much with them, they're there to try and comfort you. They're trying to say, I'm here. I haven't stopped living in spirit. And when you understand that, it will help you. But the point when you go for a reading to find out why you can't feel them, hear them, see them, do you talk to them? Another thing at a reading I found, when people say, you know, I need to know about why I don't feel them. What are they doing? I want to know A, B, C, D, and that's all I want to know. But most people, when they think of the loved one, think of the loved one. I can't feel them. I said, do you talk to them? Oh yeah, how? Up here, in your mind, or out in your mouth? Well, I'm thinking of them all the time. I said, but are you talking with them? Not at them or to them. If you feel them, or smell them, or see, or something triggers that memory of them, talk. As you normally would. Like I'm talking to you. When my mum comes round, and she does quite a bit, oh, hi mum, what have you been doing? Where have you been hiding? And the cats we've got, and the dog we've got, always watching the spirits wandering around our home. It's not negative haunting. In fact, I don't call it haunting, really. It's a spirit feel comfortable to come and visit. They know we feel them and we accept them because at least they're coming to see us. They want to be with us. And I talk to them as a normal person would talk to them, as though they were here physically. I don't say to a medium, please, or I want to know only certain things. But when you sit with a medium or a psychic who's doing tarot or whatever the modality they're using, don't tell them, the medium psychic, everything about them. Because you donate gifts to those people to do the reading. And you want to get as much as you can information from them, from me, the medium, psychic. For example, I had a lady this weekend, and she says, nobody had ever brought through this one person. I said, okay, don't tell me anymore. And I was telling about somebody, breathing issues, bronchial issue, and stomach, and all this stuff, everything else. And it was always salvinator. And having difficulty breathing. I said, can you take that? And all I said was, yes, no, maybe. That's all I want from you, to me. And that's all she gave me. And I was describing this person to her, and the more and more and more I got involved. And just before the end, she says, he hasn't come through. And I went, can you understand why this gentleman's got loads of stuffed toys? I mean, not just one or two, lots. And he's all over the place with his stuffed toys. Her face was shocked. That's my dad. I said, yeah, how many toys do you want from him? And it just blew her mind away. She says, nobody's ever brought him through. You did. I said, no, you finally listened. You were finally opening up in your heart, not your head, your heart. Dad, come, Dad, please, show this medium something. Because when I sit and do a reading, I ask if I may hold the person's right hand in my left hand. Because I talk a lot with my hand, my other. But I tell them, Spirit worked through me, coming through my throat chakra, crown, and everything. They work through me. And from that, their energy is coming into me, Spirit's coming into me, and what I feel and sense becomes a picture, whether it be sound, scent, hearing, taste, and touch. All these things go through me. I call it seeing or feeling. From the recipient and from Spirit, because that's who wants to connect. I'm just a medium between the two. So I don't want the recipient, person in front of me, telling me A, B, C. Because that's not what I'm here for. And another thing, I always ask, if you're going to donate anything to me, wait until the end. They say, why? I said, well, I have to earn your donation. Why? You know, I do it all the time. I said, why do you keep on going to all these mediums and psychics? This applies to a lot of people, not just one, the one I was talking about earlier. And they said, well, they haven't given me the answer I want. Okay. So you want something, not what you need, just what you want. Well, I want to know the future, I want to know this, I want to know that. Sorry. I'm here to give you connection with your past loved one. I don't need you to tell me what to do. If your loved one comes through to me, how would you make them feel by your actions to them? Or they don't come, and I talk to them all the time. I said, yeah, mostly in your head. To them. So, well, yeah, of course, because they're not here. Okay, think about it. When you go for a reading, what is it you truly want from a reading? Proof that they're with you? Proof that they're still around you? Or just what you want? I knew a very beautiful lady called Diane Marshall. She was a psychic artist. Fortunate to meet her a few years ago. We got to know each other and her daughter April. Fantastic people. Now, Diane could draw spirit, faces, positions of people. And all she asks you to do is chit-chat. Just talk away about what you've done today. And don't describe anything of somebody passing. That's what she said. Don't tell me who's passed. I don't want to know. I just draw. And she's drawing and talking to me. She's looking at me and she's just drawing away with her hands. And what she gave me at one occasion was a picture of my grandfather. It was so accurate. I could put that picture next to a black and white photograph and you think she copied it. Seriously. And she said, the reason why I do it this way is because I want them to show me that what they look like, how they are, etc. in the drawing. I don't want the person to describe them. So I was getting a free reading from my friend, just chit-chatting about the event we were at, or life, what she was doing, what she used to do. She was in with a lot of famous people, singers and all that stuff. She was a beautiful lady. But sadly, she passed away, tragically. But the picture she gave me reminded me when I have people coming to me for readings to please do not give me information directly describing these people and how they died, or animals. I even have a parrot on one occasion coming through, or a goat, or a pig, or a horse, you name it, I've had them coming through. But you see, I don't question what comes through from spirit and my senses. I've asked a lot of people that I've given readings for reviews about it. And they feel embarrassed because, well, I didn't remember some of the stuff. I said, well, I don't remember any of it. Because when I'm doing a reading, I do not think about it. Graham's gone away for a siesta while spirit works through me. And another person has asked me, why don't you have any tools, cars, pendulums or something? I said, I've trained with every type of implement, tool, to read people. Or read for people, I should say. But over the years, we've got too much to carry around. And I've taught people about tarot cards. They say, oh, I'm going to buy a pack of tarot cards. It's not a great reading. I'm going to get them all alone. I said, you know one of the best ways I was taught how to read tarot cards? Buy a pack of playing cards. Normal, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. Because if you want to improve your intuition, your intuitiveness, you've got to trust yourself. When you use tarot for the first time, you lay the cards down, you look at them, and you go, oh, right, look in the book, oh, yeah, well, that's for that, that's it. Oh, yeah, this is what it means. Yeah, it's accurate. But you're going through a whole lot of stuff to what that card's showing you in detail, because you've got the book to prove it. But when you trust your intuition by practicing with normal playing cards, I have the hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, meaning each part of a person's persona, what they do, how they do it, their love, and all the rest of it, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades. Even the joker I leave in. And each card represents a positive or a negative in a situation, not as a bad point, but not one that's going to help you if you continue. And believe it or not, to try and do this recording, I had to have 5 attempts to get it right, because I didn't feel comfortable. So imagine you coming to me for a reading and you're not happy, you're not comfortable, and you want A, B, C, D, F, G. What do you do about it? Remember, you're going to donate funds to the reader. How would you like to give them money and you've told them all the answers? Why didn't you do it to yourself? Why give it away to a medium, psychic, or whatever? You want proof of continuity of life. You want to have proof that your loved ones haven't left you. The only way to do that is to have the medium or psychic tell you. Now, I'm classed as a medical intuitive, but I'm not officially trained. I am not a medic. But I fully believe in my life that every medium is medical intuitive to some degree or other. Because I know when somebody's passed away, I don't feel aches in my arms or slobbering in my mouth, there's some medical issue. Or I feel it in this area, I know it's bronchial, or this area, it's the lungs, or the kidneys, and the back, and the spleen, and all the rest of it. I know that And I know that something is triggering me feeling it from the person's energy because I'm still holding that hand. And I say about the eyes getting headaches or the goosebumps on the back of the neck. Everything tells me a picture or a part of the reading. But I don't want you to tell me. If it's going to them, if all you're going to say is, well, my brother died on this day in a car accident. He was about 23 and he was a druggie and he was drunk and he had had an argument. What's the point of coming to the medium or the psychic? If you know everything beforehand, why waste your money? Energy never dissipates. It changes. Our energy changes every day, every moment. We are electrical beings. Our auric fields are external. From inside they go all the way out. And the stronger the person is, the more strength you feel. And it's not this muscular strength, it's that I'm here. You can feel that I'm here with you. So when the physical body ceases to function, that energy is on the other side of the realm, trying its hardest to connect back when needed, not when wanted, when needed. And every time they trigger this memory of them, that's the time to talk. Because as soon as you talk, that energy is combined and strengthened. And it pulls them closer because they're being recognized. They're being addressed as a person or animal, as a loved one. Because they need to know that you're okay. They're fine on the other side. They're still living, they're still evolving. And one of my favourite things to say to people, how many times are you going to change your shoes before you come out? Or what about the colour of your hair? Or the length of your hair? Or the way you, or whatever it is. And I go, how do you know? Because they've been watching you coming here today. You said yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago, oh, I'm going to this event. And I'm going to get a reading. So they're telling me what you were doing before you got into the building. Because I don't need you to tell me. I'm here to tell you of their existence, their behaviour with you. They love you. They want to be around you, but they can't stay glued to your side. It's like in a marriage, when one partner goes and everybody says, oh, my heart aches, oh, it's so painful. Well, when the heart loses a partner, it's curling up, trying to get back together. And you think about it, and it opens it up again. And it keeps going up and down, and you reliving the loss. Accept the loss. It can take days, months, years, or forever to heal. And I've seen people that passed away 20 years ago, and their loved ones here on this earth are still in pain from it because they feel they failed their partner who died. And my job is to show you didn't fail them, it was their time. We don't like their time to leave. Spirit say, your time, you've got to go. But we do get near-death experience, people who've died and come back. And they say the same thing. As soon as they go up there, they can see, feel so much more. They can see, feel their loved ones. They're watching over their own bodies while the doctors are trying to help bring them back to life. And the near-death people come back. But some don't. In fact, most don't. So the whole point of you going for a reading is to have the medium, psychic, give you that information to prove that it is your loved one. Because there's all the mundane stuff that mediums and psychics do is, oh yes, I've got a motherly feeling here. I believe it's your grandmother. Now, if the person sitting in front of them in the 50s, 60s, there's a good chance that their mother and grandmother may be already passed. But I have to prove which one it is and when they went. And normally I'm within 3 months either side of the person passing. I'll sometimes say 18 months ago or 5 years ago, but they were ill for 2 years. How do you know that? Because it's telling me. I'm proving that the loved ones are here and how they passed. They're not in pain anymore. And even those people that commit suicide have to come back. And some of them come back for only a short time in a different form, and they're trying to appease and say sorry to the people around them and to their own souls. Because our job is not to kill ourselves. Our job is to do the best we can for ourselves. So, being a retired Navy, I do remember my best friend taking my warship and never coming back from the Falklands. But when I went to the Falklands after the war, and to the area between the east and west isles of the Falklands, a place called Gun Alley, and my ship, the Coventry, had got attacked. My friend went down. He didn't recover. For years I thought the ship had sunk. But it was another ship that was sunk. And the Coventry came back, but the people were injured, and my friend died there. And I could see my friend in the water, in a certain position, next to another wreck that was there. And I was told off for diving in that water. And I went, no, I've got witnesses. I stood aside and gave a prayer to my friend and laid a wreath for his family and for myself. Being a medium isn't easy. And our job is difficult when we have to make a choice to tell somebody the hard truth. But our job is to uplift, validate, console, emphasize, be empathic, compassionate, not to give a negative reading. I don't, point blank, ever give a negative. If I see or feel a negative, I change it. I'm not lying to it. I've asked Britt to give it to me in a positive manner. And I'll say sometimes, like, I know the passing of your little one was difficult, and he may have wanted to do something, but God said, no, I'm in charge, not you. And to survive or go quicker. Because suicide in spirit isn't a happy phase of time for them. They don't ascend to the highest. They have to come back, redeem themselves in another form or another body. That's why you get so many compassionate people. And they say, oh, you remind me of somebody that passed away a couple of years ago. And they're very much like you. More than likely, that person's spirit had something to do with the person that they know or knew has come back to redeem themselves. I've known a few people who've died tragically. But my job as a medium isn't to say, oh, everything's fine. I've got to prove everything's fine. So you don't tell me, I tell you. Before I go, I really do hope each and every one of you that feels a past loved one is with them. Acknowledge them. Talk to them as you normally would. Like, hey, Mum, I've found a way of doing that recipe you've always loved. Or, hey, Dad, where's your shoes? Or make some conversation that you know you normally have with your deceased loved ones. Because they're going to go, oh, she's remembering, or he's remembering. And when you feel goosebumps when you're talking about them, That's normally for me a recognition that I say, I'm with you. I'm merging with the energy. And when I feel it in a reading, I'll say to the recipient, are you getting goosebumps now? Because I'm getting them. Well, are you getting toothache or whatever it is? Yeah, how do you know about that? Or the headache and all that. How do you know? I said, because your energy is touching mine. As I keep on saying, I have to prove it. So please, when you go for a reading, don't tell them any factual stuff other than, I would like to hear from a loved one. Any messages, please. And leave it at that. Just say yes and no to the statements made by the reader and the medium. Because it's got to be an experience for both of you that's positive. If you get a negative reading and say, oh, I can't see it happening for much longer, you know, you're going to pass away from illness. You can't do that. You're not God. The recipients come for advice and upliftment. And it saddens when people do this to their clients and recipients. So if you want to have a reading from any particular person, wander around the group or the street or take your time, do some research on the person, and close your eyes and say, write the piece of paper and say, is this the name of the person that you want to have the reading from? Write it, put it in your hand, put it like that, stand up, close your eyes and say, is this person good for me? When you do it, if that person's good, you'll go forward as yes, go backward, even just slightly. You just feel you're moving one way or another, or you're staying still. If you're staying still, it's the wrong question. Re-ask in a different way. And I've seen this work countless times. Is this person good for me? People walk around. I've been around this, like a lady came up to me, she says, I've walked around here 4 times, and each time I'll just look at you, and then yeah, I want a reading from you. Can I put my name down? I said, yeah, sure. Or for free. Yeah, please sit down. Ask them to write the name down. If they want email or telephone number, that's fine. But that's their choice. I don't ask for that part. I just ask them to sign. And I always say, please sit down. What's your name? Now, this is important to me. When I first ask a person for their name, it's Ethel or Mary or something. And they're very nervous. And I'll ask 2 or 3 or even 4 times through the 15 minute reading. And they said, why do you keep on asking? I said, can you remember the first time I asked your name? I said, oh, Mary. I asked you a second, yeah, Mary. And third time, yeah, Mary. They got more here. Instead of being afraid, they were getting assertive. They're getting comfortable. They were feeling happier. And you can hear it in the voices. And the name, the way they say it. One lady was so shy and introverted, and she realised it's because she's been afraid to disturb or annoy the people that were controlling her. She wasn't being abused physically, but emotionally she was. I said, how do you feel about me talking to you from spirit? About how your mum was, and your dad was, and your brother? She had a loved one pass away. He says, I didn't know that. They've been coming to you countless times, but you've been so scared to feel anything, and you don't want to express it in front of the people that are actually holding you down emotionally. By the time she left, you'd think somebody zapped her with bionic power. Her whole persona opened up. And this is Mary, and I'm done. And she went off smiling. Yep, I'm going to have my life back. And off she went. Because I gave her, not her gave me. So I hope what I've shared with you today will help you understand. Go to a reading, many as you need to, not want to, need to. If you're not happy, go to another person. But remember, don't give information. Give the barest minimum. As I say, I have to earn what I do. I have to prove that my life is here to assist you, not copy what you've told me. I can copy a lot of things. Yeah, give me your money. Yeah, no problem. So, I hope this has helped you. Now I'm going to put my glasses on again before I go. This is Dare to Dream show. I'm your host, Graham Williamson. I'm a third generation international evidential intuitive medium psychic. And if you want to contact me, I've got 2 email addresses. The Britt, TheBritt77 @hotmail.com, or a medium77, all one word, @gmail.com. Send me a text, an email, and I'll answer it as soon as I can. Or you can phone me on Florida, USA 352-409-1060. Leave a voice message, because if you don't, I'm not going to answer the phone, because we know what these spam callers are like. But I'm here to help you. Or you can contact me on Facebook, Graham Williamson, you know my face now, or Medium Graham Williamson is my page. That's more spiritual as well. But I'm here for you. If I can help you, I will do. If not, I'll pass you on to somebody I know that will be able to. And the other thing, before I go, I've just written a book. Got it published, and I got it on Friday. If you want any further information about my book, it's not a spiritualist book. It's a fictional book. But as I say, if you want further details, let me know. I'm more than happy to share my fantastic moment in life. It's called Spirit for All Nations, An Awakening Begins. And it covers 7 or 8 different genres of type of book, but it's all positive. It's not gory details or anything like that. It's uplifting. It's using all my senses and who I am in the book with what I've experienced, and a few other things as well. But I want to thank you for watching me on New Streaming Network, WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, Radio, and welcome to my show, Dare to Dream. And I want to say good night, and I'll speak to you again another time.